It was a little past midnight when Ahmed arrived at the old student hostel in Karachi. The building stood silently under a flickering yellow streetlight, its walls cracked and covered in stains of time. Inside, laughter and chatter echoed through the hallways, new students settling into their rooms, unpacking dreams and plans for a new semester. But among all the rooms in that ancient building, there was one door that everyone avoided. Room No. 313. No one knew exactly what had happened there, but every student whispered the same thing. That room is cursed. When Ahmed asked the warden for a place to stay, the old man shook his head. All rooms are full, he said nervously, avoiding Ahmed's gaze. Except one, but you wouldn't want that. Which one? Ahmed asked. The warden hesitated. Room 313. Ahmed left. I'm not scared of old stories, sir. I'll take it. The warden's face went pale. Son, some stories are not old, they're unfinished. Ignoring the warning, Ahmed dragged his suitcase down the empty corridor. The lights flickered as he passed, and a cold wind slipped through the cracks of broken windows. When he reached the end of the hall, he saw the number 313, faded and scratched on a wooden door. He turned the rusty key, pushed it open, and instantly smelled something foul, like wet earth and something rotten. The air inside was damp and heavy. The paint on the walls had peeled off, and strange claw-like marks covered the plaster. Ahmed turned on his phone flashlight and whispered to himself, "It's just an old room." He set his bag down, called his friend on video chat, and laughed as he showed the creepy place. See, no ghosts. Everyone just loves drama. But while he was showing the room, his friend froze on the call. Wait. Who's that behind you? Ahmed turned around instantly. No one was there. He looked back at his phone, and the shadow was gone. He laughed it off, saying, "Probably bad signal," and went to sleep. But that night, he couldn't. The door creaked by itself. The window rattled, even though there was no wind. And somewhere in the silence, he heard it, a faint whisper. At first it was soft, almost like a sigh. But then it became clear. Leave. My room. Ahmed sat up in bed, his heart pounding. Who's there? Shouted. No one unswed. Only the sound of breathing, very close to his ear. The lights flickered again, and in the corner of the room, he saw something move. Long black hair, hanging down, a wet dress, and a burned, half-visible face staring right at him through the dark. He screamed, turned on the light, and she was gone. The next morning, Ahmed went straight to the warden and demanded an explanation. The old man sighed, looked around to make sure no one was listening, and said quietly, 3 years ago, 3 years ago, she was kind, quiet, and always kept to herself. One night, she was found dead in that very room. They say she took her own life after someone broke her heart. Before she died, she wrote one thing on the wall: "No one will ever take my room." Since then, anyone who stays there either loses their mind or disappears. That night, Ahmed decided to stay one last time. They wanted proof to see if the stories were true. He set up his phone camera and waited. The clock hit 3 a.m. The wind stopped. The air turned cold. Then came the whisper again. "Why did you come back?" The phone camera started shaking on its own. The screen glitched, and through the distortion, a face appeared. Burned skin, hollow eyes, and long, dripping hair. Ahmed dropped the phone, stumbled toward the door, but it slammed shut on its own. He screamed and pounded on it, but his voice drowned under a deafening silence. The lights went out, and in that darkness, the last thing heard was a single, chilling sentence: "I told you, this is my room." The next morning, the warden found the door open. Ahmed's belongings were still there, but he was gone. Only one thing remained. Words written in blood on the wall. Room No. 313 belongs to me. Since that day, No one has stayed there again. The door remains locked, the number faded, but if you ever walk down that hallway late at night, you can still hear a whisper, soft, cold, and close to your ear. Leave, before I make you stay forever.